LegalMatch has given me the ability to basically operate my firm the way I'd like to and give me that independence, having to get out there and hunt for clients. I know that I'm just paying one flat fee and I'm getting several different cases laid out for me that I can go ahead and try to sign on under my firm. Specifically, I had one of their assistants helping me with contacting the clients. It got to a point where, of course, when COVID hits, you would think that legal issues kind of stop, but they don't. And there was a point where it got a lot for me to keep on top of and contact. They helped me with making calls to those clients, leaving messages, sending texts, letting them know that I'd like to speak with them and evaluate their legal matter and possibly offer them assistance. So that was pretty big during the pandemic. It allowed me to just continue to sustain my firm and the income that I get. They're pretty on top. The one that I had, her name was Melissa Erickson, and she was very, very on top of making sure that I was comfortable, that things were going well for me. I wouldn't say she called me like every week, but she did periodic check-ins to make sure that I had no issues, or if I had issues, she would help me make calls, reach out to clients, make notes in the file, that type of thing. And I would say that's probably the biggest thing. I felt like I had an employee that I wasn't paying. Oh, daily, every day. Yeah. I would say if I got 2 new leads a day, maybe about 10 in a week, if I had to estimate, I would say I would sign up as a client 2 or 3 of them. I would say LegalMatch, their interface for how they bring in the clients is well organized and is a lot more detailed in terms of the information I'd like to know about the client before I decide to reach out to them and contact them and take them on as a client. Other lead generation services don't offer as much granular detail as LegalMatch does. And I definitely, as an attorney that doesn't market, I think that's a big feature. I would say if every month I was able to sign quite a few clients, I would say just a handful. If I can get at least anywhere from 5 to 10 in a month, I think that's when I'm really starting to get the most value. Because at that point it just kind of pays for itself. I mean, even with one, it does, but it really depends on the client as well. The client, the payment terms, what type of case it is. I mean, those are all different factors, but being able to convert those clients is, I think, the biggest way I get the most value. I would tell them that it's definitely an option if you feel like you don't want to spend money on marketing and trying to put yourself out there for your firm to try to get clients. It is a good way to really start to get your name out, by word of mouth. And that's really the biggest thing for an attorney is building that word of mouth popularity, because I've definitely gotten clients from LegalMatch that have referred me other clients. So that's definitely a plus. And then, of course, just allowing you the flexibility and the independence that you don't get at a traditional firm. So I would say really utilize social media. But the best part about LegalMatch is that you don't necessarily have to market yourself or your firm, but doesn't mean that you shouldn't market at all. I mean, definitely, I think, social media is where it's at right now. I've connected with a lot of other clients. I've been able to receive information from clients from social media. So I think just having that there so that clients can go and take a look at you and vet you. I've got a lot of clients that say, oh, I checked out your LinkedIn profile. That's probably the best reason for marketing.